it going? Matthew Bailey here, and welcome to another 2022 movie review. And I know this review is coming out late again, but how can I put this gently? The movie I saw was Morbius. Yep, Morbius. How did it do? Well, why don't you answer that for me, Matthew Davis Media? Yeah, as you can tell by his reaction, that was... I honestly had to agree with him. What the was Sony thinking? They completely rushed this movie. I mean, the movie was only, what, an hour and 45 minutes? I mean, heck, even Venom was around the same time frame, and yet that movie did it better. Like, Venom Let There Be Carnage, that came out before Spider-Man No Way Home, and yet even that did a little bit better than this apocalyptic movie. I mean, the movie stars Jared Leto as the iconic character, and there are so many different aspects to this movie that even certain scenes that were in the trailers didn't even show up in the movie. And also a lot of the whole Spider-Man connection references that were in the trailers, like the whole murderer thing on the wall and the Oscorp Tower, both gone. The only thing that truly stayed in there was the frickin' Daily Bugle newspapers. That was the only thing that really stayed in the movie that we saw in the trailers. So that's not really a spoiler, per se, but I mean, the movie just feels rushed. It's poorly executed with the story. I mean, and like I said, there were so many aspects to this movie that could have been kept in that probably would have made it a lot better, but Sony, you really just need to... I know some people, like Grace Randolph, aka Beyond the Trailer, says they're probably never going to sell the rights to Spider-Man back to Marvel. But look at the freaking facts, people. The second you guys signed that deal where you paid for like 25% of the profits, or where you at least paid for 75% of the budget, and the other 25% was given by Marvel, and they had a say in how the story went and everything, what did you get? Almost $2 billion movie. Your movie made way much more than what even Far From Home did. That made like $1.32 billion, I think, and this movie's already at $1.8 billion because of the way Disney and Marvel helped you tell the story a little bit better. And what did we get? A multiverse level blockbuster that actually did well. I mean, the only way you guys could probably tell a multiverse story is in freaking animation form, like Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, which you got your sequel coming up later this year in Across the Multiverse Part 1. So we'll see how that does. But when it comes to the live-action interpretation of the characters in the Spider-Man universe, you need to frickin' do better than that. Now, I know they have a frickin' Kraven the Hunter movie coming out next year, but honestly, if that movie isn't under the new contract, because I think Morbius was not under the new contract yet, because see, that movie was supposed to come out first. Then it was Morbius, then, first it was Morbius, then Venom Let There Be Carnage, then Spider-Man No Way Home. See, here's the thing. I think at the time that they were filming all this stuff, they had only started filming Venom Let There Be Carnage after the new agreement. I think they had already finished filming Morbius before the whole new deal was finalized. So, really, it's like, they didn't even... And I think with the whole situation of that circumstance, they basically messed up Morbius. Venom worked okay, mainly because the way they did that mid-credit scene kind of fell in line with how they did Spider-Man No Way Home. But this movie, it just feels out of place, totally rushed. It's such a bad movie. And I know like I said, I know people like Grace Randolph from Beyond the Trailer says they're never going to sell the rights back to Marvel, but come on, Sony. You can clearly use other projects that you have access to. I mean, think about it. Ever since this whole pandemic hit, you've been putting a lot of your movies on freaking on demand. Like, you put Vivo on there. You put The Mitchells vs. the Machines, which actually won an Oscar. Or it was nominated for an Oscar. For one of the best animated films of last year. And that's and that's from a streaming service. I mean, Sony, I know I've been trying to support you with a lot of your projects, but Spider-Man, now that things are back to the way they are, because the only character that Marvel still needs to get full access to is Spider-Man. They've already got the rights to the Hulk back. That was the only other character they didn't have access to after they got hold of the Fox characters, which are the Fantastic Four and the X-Men. So they really only need Spider-Man to complete their lineup, and you're holding it back for them just because you want to get all that money. If you really want all that money, stop releasing most of your freaking big successful films on streaming services. Especially ones like Mitchells vs. the Machines that got nominated for a freaking Oscar. Like, what the hell, Sony? But, like I said, Morbius is not a great film. Plain and simple. Anyways, let me give you my rating of the movie. So, for my rating of Morbius, again, like I said, it was such a bad film. It felt completely rushed. Story, CGI was bad. I'm going to have to give this movie a 1 out of 5. Yep. So far the lowest ranking movie I've given a movie to. The other one was the Ice Age Adventures of Buck Wild. Whatever. And I know my rating on the video is different than it is on this other website I'm going to rate my stuff, which is Letterboxd. But I'll probably... So if y'all want to figure out what my actual rating of the movie for Ice Age is, it's 1.5. And this one's a 1. Anyways, that's all for now in this video, and I'll see all you guys in the next video.